here to react. Lawrence Jones, Fox & Friends Enterprise reporter and the host of Lawrence Jones Cross Country.
Good morning.
Good morning, Lawrence. So 20 grand to join the D.C.
How
Police
nice.
Department. Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously there's a money problem with law enforcement all across the country, so I guess she gets a round of applause for that. But $20,000 is still not enough for the demoralization of all the cops. I mean, if you're going to have to pay for your own attorneys and deal with being bashed, I don't think that's the barometer, $20,000 to get them on board to do the job. I think they have to change the way that they view the police in Washington, D.C., how they view crime in Washington, D.C., and I don't think the mayor is prepared to take the political hits from the progressives to do just that. Throwing money at a problem, which is what they typically do when they are in peril, I don't think it's going to work this time. That's just my opinion, though.
Won't work to recruit new hires, won't bring people out to apply to be police in Washington, D.C. You point out, by the way, because one, they're losing qualified immunity in many police departments. They have bigger liability risk, and then they also just take it in the public arena.
They just don't want to do the job anymore because of the way that they handle law enforcement industry-wide. I mean, we did see some bumps in Texas, but there's a different philosophy in Texas on how we view the police. So you saw the largest police academy for the Texas Rangers, the Texas Department of Public Safety. So that is something where, and they got a bonus as well. That is a department where they realize that the community, as well as the political leadership, has their back. And Washington, D.C. is not the same. Do cops deserve a raise? Absolutely. Will this get some apples? But I guarantee you, the moment the country shifts again, right now, people are begging for the cops right now almost after beating them down for years. I just see those officers going to another municipality because they're not going to want to deal with the mayor there. It's easy to call on the cops when everything is going bad, when crime is out of control. But the moment there is some type of national tragedy and you paint all cops when you have one bad apple, I think that's when cops say, I don't want to do this job anymore.
Okay, 15.5 hours from now will be Lawrence Jones Cross Country right here on the Fox News Channel. What can we expect tonight?
We have changed the show up a little bit to go after these small stories that wouldn't typically be national news. So we got a mom that was raped, and now she has to turn over her child over to the guy that raped her. It's going to be a fascinating story on Cross Country. And it's a story that doesn't get a lot of media attention because it's considered a local story. Part of being cross country is not just going to the diners and speaking with average day folks, but focusing on those stories that matter to all Americans. If it can happen to her, it can happen to other victims across the country. So we're going to show that one.
Scary, fascinating. We'll make sure we tune in to hear that story tonight, 10 p.m. right here on the Fox News Channel. Lawrence Jones Cross Country. All right, thank you, Lawrence.
Appreciate it, Will.
All right. Hey, it's Will Kane. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News Channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Kane podcast for full episodes right now.